Hello, hello. Sorry. Agent Orange, can you hear me? Bossy, muy buenas noches, saludos. Today's a good day. Mr. De La Cruz, great to see you. Today's a good day, brother. Thank you, God. Yeah, Agent Orange. Yeah, I just got back right now. I needed it. You muy buenas noches. Yeah, I broke the headphones. Sorry, everyone. Look, I had to run down there and get my nieces real fast. Hey, Max, saludos. BC Mom, thank you. Thank you, that means a lot. Hey, Miss B, good, buenas noches. Today's a good day. 506 Gangsters, saludos, muy buenas noches. Arturo, muy buenas noches, saludos. No, not literally, Agent Orange. I just, God's amazing. Yesterday, well, I'm going to give thanks to everyone a little bit later, right? Each one, but a lot of people, they reached out, gone, buy me a coffee, go find me, and I was able to clear bills yesterday and get restated on medical. So tomorrow 9 a.m. I should receive the first out of three chemos that I need. Hopefully it's still just three, right? Yeah, no, agent, I can't run. I wish, but no, I was just up and down trying to sort things out. And yeah, busy mom, thank you, God. I was going to share something with you guys. You guys tell me, is it you guys see it as a Christian sign or desperate thing, right? Just to tell you guys a little bit, I don't know if you guys noticed on my uploads, on my answering, it's been terrible, right? And 2 days ago, I really thought I was gonna be gone, like literally any second, right? I had a hole from my chest to my belly button, I couldn't breathe. Anyways, that's not the point, right? The point is, I know this lady that I used to help out over there. She's Jehovah's Witness, and we talk, religion without necessarily getting into, this and that, right? Anyway, she advised me that anemia was going to take me out, period, right? Because I needed blood and they were denying it, mainly because they wanted money, right? She told me that what the Jehovah's Witness do, they get this injection because their religion don't allow them to do blood transfusion, even through surgeries, right? She advised me to buy it, right? And I looked it up, and everything was cool. The thing was, is one, it was expensive, right? Two, no cancer patients, no patients with a bad heart. So the way I am is, if God puts it in front of me, it's because He wants me to experience it, right? He's laying out avenues for me. So to be honest with everybody, I went out and got it. And I put it on me. I went through it the first night, but I feel better today. Now it's for God. Was it out of desperation? I don't know. Me personally, I see it as God, right? He put the lady there. I didn't even know them things existed. Today I could breathe. I have a lot of heartache, pain, but I could breathe. Thank you, Mr. De La Cruz. S1, good night. Oh, yes, great to see you. Buenas noches. Exactly, Mr. De La Cruz. That's how I look at it. I swear to you, I was like, I ain't making it out to this. That's why when she told me, I told my niece right away, hey, Amos, we hunted that thing down. And my niece says, we gotta look for someone to put it on you. Hey, I don't need nobody to put it on me. Where does it go? And a little bit of fat. Now I'm used to it because of them shots in the belly button, right? And I goes, man, just here. Yeah, 5 or 6. That's, Jehovah's Witness uses it for to lift the oxygen in their blood count. Hell yes, I watched the fight. Yeah, BC Mom, everything I do is like the way I see it of God. I'm going through something, and God literally lines something up that's a solution. It has to be God. Yeah, H&R, you know what I'm talking about then, right? That it's supposed to be 6 every week, but I gotta ask the chemotherapist tomorrow, see if I complete it. Mexteco, buenas noches. Ismael, muy buenas noches. Thank you, Mr. Cruz. Mr. De La Cruz, I hope you rest well. Muy buenas noches. Thank you, bro. I want to shout everybody else, but since you're checking out, I'll shout you out right now. Thank you for reaching out through the Buy Me a Coffee. That was a huge help, brother. A great blessing. Thank you. Yeah. Iván, buenas noches. No doubt. One way I never noticed it, but I don't want to put it on here like this, right? But do you think the stuff I was doing was normal? Thank you again, Mr. Cruz. See, well, again, that's what the reaction channel's gonna be for, right? But there's stuff I did that is not human, bro. It's just not. Thank you, B. Yeah, little by little, everything sorts out. Right now, it's still up, OBS, but them juniors are kicking it on higher gear. Mm. Now I see when one way asked me that about Demon. Now I see what the boy S1 tells me when he goes, it ain't normal. Cause me and him we talk behind the scenes, and well, he knows a lot about me, and to me it's like, but now I see where he's coming from. Yeah, OBS. The actually, in reality, the juniors they're, they're stomping in right now. Recently, I'm not saying they're gonna win or anything, but they've been exactly one way. Yeah, Agent Orange. Me and that lady, she's Jehovah's Witness, but I always been respectful. So the first time I met that lady was we're sitting down, and you know how they come up to you, and she probably thought I was gonna refuse her, and I told her, nah, siéntate, let's conversate. I like to learn, and we just started talking, with respect. She respects what I believe. I respect what she believes, and it just happened. I had not talked to her in what, I don't know, a couple months at least, and she just called out of the blue. D Money, great to see you. Yeah, hit that like, por favor. Daniel, muy buenas noches. Bendito Dios, todo bien. Ahora es un mejor día. One way, exactly. I'm never hesitant, God lines it up. I ain't nobody to question it. It's what I mean when I say I'm I've been saying since I started, I'm not that negative person no more. Back in the days, something happened, put all the blame on him, right? Now I sit, analyze the situation, and I try to see him in it. There's always something good, no matter what. But anyways, guys, as we're speaking, my niece is downstairs uploading that wicked video. I put that short earlier. It's just, well, some things came up, and I'm an old man. I need my baston, you could say. My niece, she's shorter, so gente, ayúdame. Triple A, muy buenas noches. Saludos. Pío, buenas noches. A darle. Oh, Triple A. I was gonna send you a message. Been running around all day today, but mañana, mañana ya. Ayer fui y pagué todo y everything en línea. Mañana at 9 a.m. I should be the first one out of the three. Hopefully three still, right? Yeah, they were, huh? Likewise, one way. That's all you gotta do. He's in a federal holding place. Antonio, great to see you, bro. Buenas noches. Yeah, gracias, Triple A, for your amazing help. I wanna, I wanna thank everyone at the end of this live tonight. Oh, I will the money. I always tell her, yeah, Daniel. Doctors, not gonna say they're wrong. They're human. Those have been with me from the beginning. When was it that they told me? It was November, huh? Yeah, it was in November when I told you guys. They told me that the longest was next year, March on me. So it was December. 7 months, and look, I haven't, Pio. Obvious, what do you think about the fight? What do you guys think about the fight yesterday? Always Misteco. Oh, okay, yeah, he might be Agent Orange. They just took him out because of everything he was doing. You were mad? Yeah, he was just a better boxer, Novi. I sent you something. Home Praga. I send you something comprada. It wasn't that. Vincent, I really think he got outboxed. Yeah, you gotta give credit where it's due, you know. Oh, is that right? He went back down on weight. It all depends, Pio. He's received over there. Yeah, Rick. Yeah, I think the only way is if if the guy he went back down to his weight and he renounced the belt, you know. Yeah, oh he is. He just couldn't shake that jab, right? He played him with that jab to his boxing, his style. Yeah, be boxing. There's always W's and L's, you know. Spank, saludos, buenas noches. Yeah, it depends how he's gonna be received, though. You know, there's a lot of things happening amongst state and feds. You know, uh, mainly states. They think they're never gonna end over there. You know, 300 bucks, damn. Raymond, ¿qué hubo? Buenas noches. Yeah, Triple A. It's just the distance. The distance. He got outboxed. You know, that's it. You know. Thank you, Spanx. Thank you for stopping in. Likewise, I send my love and prayers to your family. Yeah, Spanx, today's a good day. I've been feeling good, you know? I could breathe. Got a lot of heart pain I gotta mention tomorrow, but other than that, I'm alright, you know? Oh, a huge bag. Hey, you know it? Oh, you bet it on it, B? Yeah, Vincent, that's a fact. Thank you, Spanx. Thank you. I know today's a good day, and then tomorrow I'm gonna feel like they ran me over again, you know? But it is what it is, you know? It's uh it's a step forward to hopefully a little bit longer with you guys, right? Daniel, no, never met him, never heard of him. Don't know nobody out here that knows him. I know he's true because H and Orange tells me so, right? Mainly whatever things they did on a personal tip, right? But I don't, you know. Yeah, I would be the same, you know. It's because Pride gets the best of us. We step forward to recovery, Spanx. You know, it's like they tell me, hey, who you gonna bet? Even though I used to box and I could see little things, first and foremost, I'm brown, I want to ride with Canelo con ojos cerrados. It's just part of how I'm raised, I would lay down money even though it's a gamble, right? Uh, yeah, Vincent, Mesteco. Oh, I'll always keep my faith up. There's not one minute I sidetrack, believe me. And there's not one minute that, you know, I know sometimes I might come out just think to say, all these things happening to me. Believe me, I never nag. I get down and I bow down. I thank God. I not once question why is this happening. No, I'll carry my cross faithfully. You know. Well, blindado. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know. I know it's one. It's just one of them things, though. Like I knew, I knew Canelo. He was changed, better boxer, faster, with more reach. Yeah, he had the punch, but he couldn't get past that jab. Kevin, muy buenas noches. Thank you for stopping in. To be sincere, he just counter attacked. That's all he did. Punch, waited for Canelo to swing one time, and he will strike back two, three times. Daniel, thank you. Thank you. Have you checked out the new reaction channel? Hey guys, I've been terrible at uploading, right? But those that are with me know why. But I'm gonna kick it up on the reaction channel. Believe me, we have some things in store. Uh-huh. Exactly, Daniel. Thank you, Miss Deco. Joe, right now, Chapos. Yup, one way everybody learns at their time. It's called Daniel Smith's Guide Reactions Rob. Southtown, buenas noches. Oh yeah, that's an old one right there. Southtown, when Chuco was the factor, right? The main rat, you could say. He did a few of them actually like that, I believe. Um, point blank, Clafford, he beat him across the board. The youngster. Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Jerry, buenas noches. Todo está bien hoy, hermano. Gracias. You know, besides the normal, pain here and there, but that ain't nothing. I could breathe, so todo bien. Yeah, yeah, I believe, on Cricket Channel one time, something like that. But yeah, it was talked about a lot, those meetings. Country. Who was that? They said, ah, cabrón. I don't know. Southtown in the kitchen. I never heard of somebody get butchered. Thank you, Daniel, for your understanding. Okay, Janoi. Thank you, Daniel, again. Yeah, that's what I was telling S1 the other day, that, you know, a lot of people that get on here and they spread nothing but hate. And, the reason why I share with you guys so much about my medical stuff is I just want you guys to know what I'm going through. And, hey, 20 minutes to get on here and to record is sometimes it's difficult, eh? And I do it with heart and pleasure, right? It's just, you see how people get on here, right? The Title 115. Not in Mexico, Cali. Southtown, disculpa, I don't. The only one I can think of is the one they chopped up in Mexico around that time, but uh, disculpa, I don't recall if Wed or Shy was involved in that. Perdón. Yeah, that's the other channel right there. How do I do it? The the boy that's one put. How do I do it? Keep myself in. Nah, that's the other channel right there. Everyone, thank you, Jerry. Do hit the like, por favor. In the mini tells well. Okay. I'll look it up. Southtown. Palabra will. There was a couple, right? Around that time that Shuko weaned out. but it was all in Mexico, all in La Mesa too, in San Diego. Let me look into it. I don't want to tell you something just to tell you something, right? Thank you, yes, Tom. Oh yeah, I'm just paying attention as on right now. Thank you for subscribing. I will be posting on it. If not tonight in the morning, not tonight, I'll be posting on it. Cause tomorrow, thank you for subscribing. FM, that's my buddy when I'm home. Well, for the hour it works, and I got a little rest for an hour, but it's a blessing, you know. I have it though. Niners. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about. But that's Belon's mission, Southtown. But that's what Sherm, what Shai said, right? As far as everybody spoken in there, it was propaganda from Shai that Pelon had already done a mission for him, and you know, Mesteco. I just, to be sincere, my faith first and foremost, but I believe there's other life. It's just impossible, right, for us to be the only ones, right? Yeah, Southtown. Yeah, but the one thing that Shy, Shy and Stomps were pushing for Pelon, right? Because Stomps was pushing us hard for Pelon. Was well, exactly what you said, you know. Exactly. Rocky was it. Miguel, saludos. Hold up, everyone. Sorry, I just have to reboot it, I guess. See if it starts again. There you go. Thank you, Evan. Great to see you. Yeah, brother. Thank you, God. I'm still here. My heart piece. Rocky. Miguel, a couple factors, but overall, all that partying, all that dope, is just they wanted a piece of it, right? And then taggers wanted to act like game bangers, so the Phillies weren't gonna allow it. You want to be game bangers in town, you have to reach out, type of thing. Daniel, 100% on everything. Pelon was a good homie. It just unfortunately did a lot of things for Tigre he couldn't repair, right? All right, everyone. Okay, the one they were talking about, Rocky. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, straight across the board. Daniel, Phillies, and camaradas. Yeah, I already put something on there, but I want to touch on Southgate. Yeah, homie hangouts. I respect homie hangout a lot. You gonna go Resby? Thank you. Um, how's mom doing? Well, do extend my saludos to her, please. Ha, Leonard, good night. Yeah, yeah, it's been a blessing, believe me. Yeah, we're way past that, Greg. The thing is, even when we're active, we're in the shoe. We know once the doors crack, what time it is, but in reality, you start seeing differently, right? Armando, man, a whole bunch of homies from Norwalk. But yeah, there was a time, Greg, that me being from Northern California, had a lot of hate, right? But it just comes to terms with, at the end of the day, we all can play, believe me. Thank you, B. The other day, B, I forgot. I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube. I don't remember though, excuse me, but I seen you were on somebody's live. I was like, oh, okay, but I'm glad mom's okay, B. Santiago, on the low, you said you don't want the garden. Bell Gardens. I touch on Bell Gardens, but I want to pick it up. Uh, Danny, Santiago, on the low you said you don't see. I don't understand. Excuse me, Santiago. That's all it is, Greg. Joy Torres on 18th Street. What about him, though? You're part of. Oh, Joe. Yeah. Yeah. Cut a high. When you go to cut a high. Puerto Rican. Joe Boatman. Oh, I know a lot of homies from Hawaiian Gardens. Young, old. Well, not young. The youngest, they're probably my age. You know, mid 40s. Okay. B. Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but I was just scrolling too and I seen from Tunerville. Oh yeah, Tunerville has gente inside, you know. But I got a lot of, you could say, clecha from the homie Chino from Tunerville. He's a good homie. Why you get scared, B? Saludos, friend. Yeah, I got a what Chino, the Chinese one. We're talking about Chino from Hawaiian. Oh, you from Tunerville? Lentes, Caparizo, older. Let me see. When I ran across him, I was like 30. He was already in his 40s. Battling way soon. No, huh? Johnny, I think that's a myth. But to each your own. I don't have no rocha. To be sincere, I don't like no hair. Period. You know, and I'm not saying that to say because I did a gang of years, but I like head shave, face shave, todo. But to each your own. Yeah, Daniel. I wish. In October I'll be 46, and I feel like 70 something, right? But training day, you all could be me. I'll never will be. Uh, Palabra, I like to be respectful across the board, you know. Some occasion and very few. Okay. Pepe, buenas noches. You don't SVP, but you do. Okay. You said on your story you don't. Could somebody explain you don't DP? Cali, no, no, definitely not. Talk about Tito, right, from Los Monos La Habra. They don't. It's just Robert has a lot of family, you know. Nah, B. Man, Greg, that's if I start saying I'll fall short, right? But there's a lot of them. Silent from SGV. It's a good homie. Did a lot of sacrifices and went down with Artie, right? And man, Gato. Man, a lot of homies that when a Pili fell, he dragged him with him, you know. And that famous word came out, you know. They just ain't trustworthy no more. But I met a lot of homies that literally they earned it, right? If you want to go by earn, but they never got a shot. 18th Street still live around in some neighborhood. Yeah, Johnny. The first time I ever heard, the first time I ever heard about the Rocha. Oh, okay, Santiago, I understand. But with all due respect, enlighten me, please. I'm just asking out of respect. How did I drop out? And I mean it with respect. Just tell me, how did I drop out? That you consider me a dropout. I mean, I'm not gonna be this other cat, right? That tried to disguise the word dropout. You have to be in something to be a drop. That's BS. You know, we're on the street. This fool gets out the neighborhood. That fool's a dropout. Period. You don't have to be in an organization. That's just a sugar code, right? For whatever they did. There's a difference between dropping out and stepping back, though. You know. Boxing is hard. Juan, buenas noches. Hey, everyone, do me a favor. Don't erase Santiago. I want him to specificate to please tell me how I'm going to drop out. And it don't matter. At the end of the day, what you think about me, you can think it, right? Shaky in my opinion. Exposing ignorance. Saludos. Nah, B, no worries. Just let them. I want to hear this. Exactly one way. Yeah, Antonio. I just want to hear it. Yeah, Santiago, I'm just asking with respect. Nothing more, nothing less. Nah, look, Santiago, I'm going to put it to you like this, right? I did 23 years, 11 months in the States, straight, straight, 14 in the shoe. Then what I did, I got out. I went back in the movement. I'm not, I still did time for the cause. And then as I was doing something, if you go listen to my story, things got done with my family. I never dropped out of anything. I stepped back from La M. Please hear that. I know it's hard for people to believe that I speak my whole neighborhood. I've not once told. Will never tell. You know, I never tapped out. Igualmente, much love, Santiago. We just drop it there. Thank you, B, for being on top of that. Yeah, Antonio is not. You know, a lot of people try, but you see the difference, Antonio. I am playing a part. This is me. When I sincerely say, if you can't touch me and I can't touch you, never. You'll never see it. Yeah, one win. Thank you. Exactly, Daniel. From Fifth Street, Santana. Oh, you know also? Oh, he erased it. He was from Fifth Street though? Thank you, Daniel. Thanks, B. Nah, when I started having responsibilities on the yard, everyone, the number one thing I pride myself on is you're always allowed to speak your mind. For example, there was times a lot of things people didn't agree with me, right? Homie was in touch with the Pili. I was the one in charge of the Jardín. So what I would always tell them, look, let's sit down right there on the bench, right? Let's discuss it. Let me hear you out. I'll hear you out. At the end of the day, we don't come to an agreement. We're soldados, right? We could touch each other, but everybody's entitled to say what they think. 5th Street, Santana, Orange County. He has big old Santana across his stomach. Thank you, B. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, H and Orange. I didn't mean no disrespect, believe me. I just wanted to hear, you know, his opinion. That's it. That's why I'm so open with you guys. It's like, here's my email, here's my Instagram, here's this. You guys get at me, I'll answer. Do please always tell me. Like, for example, I do a video, or I even come on here and I do something that is not correct. Do smack my ears back. That's what camaradas do, right? Hi, man. Great to see you. Ask X1. Every time he feels I'm in the wrong, believe me, he tells me on the phone, hey, fool, what's up with this? Get your act right. And ask him if I ever once argue with it. Exactly, Greg. Yeah, I agree with that. X1. Yes, my name. Yeah, then we are might be speaking of the same. Also, I'll touch on him. I got well. You could say a good story, but we got our butts whooped, handed to us, by norteños. They got us good. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. That's where I thought he was from. F to be sincere. Buenas noches, Alonso. I don't know karate, but I know crazy. Have a bad jacket too. Yeah, yeah. There's let me see. Out of the ones you mentioned, one way, Tito, There's two others that are good. Diego Santana second. Okay. Yeah, Alonso. There's hay dominicanos, puertorriqueños, cubanos, de todo en Califas. Charles, not the dress. Oh, there's a huge power struggle. A huge. You guys listen to the video I put out today, right? Well, I'm gonna give you guys a little format of what it's gonna be about, right? It was supposed to go up this afternoon, but basically, like the last few days, I've been talking to. I'll just say one of my homeboys, right? Younger Otto from my neighborhood, but he's in a certain 180. The thing is, a camarada got out to the 180, and he said he had orders, right, from a different pili to get a section of the yard, right? So of course they allowed it, but the pili, my homeboy and some homie from San Juan, some other vatos were doing things for. They were holding the jardín down. You know, they did what they were supposed to do, right? You don't ever say no because you could go against. You give them a spot, you verify, and you go from there. Well, the pili they were answering up for said, Chales, he don't have palabra. Go ahead. You know, he's going rug. Handle that. By that time, that dude already had established a little crew, right? So they did what you're supposed to do. Is you verified, it came back, it ain't good. Suit up, boot up, let's boogie. When they hit the hole, the main bato that got out there and said that he had orders from a pili, right? He was a pili himself in disguise. He just didn't want to come out the shadow, so he was using another pili, stating he was working for him, right? So what do you think happened with the camaradas when they hit the hole? Even though a pili verified and said, no, get him. There ain't nobody. But he was somebody. He was a pili that just got made. So he took down from 6 to 10 camaradas behind that just for following orders. Well, anyways, that's what it's going to be about, kind of, right? But with Wicked from Wilmas. And no, not from Eastside Wilmas. And the second part to it is a little power struggle, like you guys mentioned. Ivan, I haven't seen it, but it's how it was always, It was always meant that way. You know, it, it became something else, but I'll be sincere. When I was sitting in the shoe, anybody that came from a 50-50 yard, it was a no good yard. You did more than a month in a 50-50 yard, you were free game. It's just now coming back out to flow. years ago. FSR, not local. Okay. Yeah, as when he knew. The Pili that had the yard, he knew who that vato was. He knew he was plugged in that he was a Pili. When a Pili gets made, it gets circled around. But see, that's when jealousy comes in. He knew by him allowing him to work on that yard, it meant taking out his pocket. So what he tried to do, he'd rather get money for a little bit and sacrifice homies. It's just the way politics are right now, you know? BB Cheeseman. En Baja del Sur, ¿con quién? Yeah, Antonio, just thank you. Eric, buenas noches. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, he'll boost up. He didn't give him the yard, though. You see how that worked? He didn't give that Peely the yard. He didn't keep it, but he didn't give it away. It's just greed. No way. I can wait around 2 months for an answer. Hi, man. Today I feel good. I was telling everybody I put some shots they usually use for to lift blood, oxygen, and stuff. Well, I put it 2 days ago, and today's it's a good day, brother. To be sincere, tomorrow I start chemo, so it's a good day, you know. Alfonso, family business on the internet. Family business. On the internet. You could say that, Alonso, excuse me. Oh, it's when you know, camaradas will tell you right away. You know, they will tell you when you get endorsed. You get endorsed too. Just by levels, they'll tell you if you get to these yards, you got 72 hours from committee, or you got, it all depends. You'll find out. Alonso, God bless. Thank you, my brother in Pelican Bay. Carran. Yeah, how's the program up there? He don't mention it to you. Soldados. I can imagine. Yeah, Daniel, to be sincere, that's just being human, you know? One day you slept good, the next day you just gonna relax, you know? Oh, way too many, Ivan. Way too many. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, do hit the like. But before I go, let me give thanks to Alex Magaña, Oscar Gonzalez, Fernando Garcia. You know, thank you guys for reaching out on the GoFundMe. And man, on the Buy Me a Coffee, Mr. De La Cruz, Danny, Jay, GM, Enemigo, All Ronnie. Man, I could go on and on. I did answer you on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you, everyone. As everyone behind the scenes that supported me directly through my knees, right? Do know I thank you from the heart. Man, I'm just grateful to everyone. You know, none of this would be possible. Believe me, if I don't think if I would have came on here, you know, I would have lasted this long. You guys really, you're like, when I feel down, I always think about, man, I gotta keep pushing. I gotta put the message. You know, you guys give me a purpose, and I thank you for that. And you guys help me a lot. You know, like I said, through Buy Me a Coffee, to that GoFundMe, and on a personal trip with my knees. You know, I appreciate every one of you. I know a lot of you don't like me to give thanks by name because you do it as myself, Christian, right? I just wanted to do it, you know. Nothing, Ivan. He tatted. Culiacan, he's still at war. Yeah, and family, of course, Agent Orange, believe me. But on the streets, Ivan, ain't nothing happening west and west. Here and there, you'll hear it, but I think every city got some now, right? Yeah, I just want to thank you. I thank you, bro. You're an inspiration. You know, every time I feel down, you get me back up, right? Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Literally, H and Orange, man. I couldn't even start to thank you, man. That what you got to my jefita, to my mom, that's gonna be a huge help, bro. You really are a great blessing, bro. Thank you. You know, just this little machine. You know, it's only working an hour here and there, but I've had it for I think 3 weeks without shutting it off. Just letting it rest on, rest on, rest on. You're a blessing, bro. Thank you. Sincerely. And before I go, I want to thank everyone, you know, we're look, we're at 66 people to reach 10K, 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, everyone. You know, it's more than what I could ever ask for, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys rest. I gotta hit the playa real quick. Take a little playa and be there at 9 in the morning for that chemo. I ain't looking forward to it, but again, God lines him up, and with you, Eric, thank you again. Thank you guys for, man. We're actually about to hit 10K. I know to some people it's probably nothing, but to me, it's a lot. Believe me. When we don't do drama, we don't do comadre, we don't do none of that. He says, she says stuff. Right? All we do is a message, and 10K for a pure message is thank you, everyone. I want to let you guys rest. I send my love to everyone, and stay tuned. Tomorrow on both channels, there'll be something posted. There'll be something posted here tonight, and in the AM in the other channel. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Solamente eso, Eric, Daniel, take care too. If I missed everybody, I don't mean no disrespect. A lot of people have reached out, helped me, and just thank you. Rest well, and thank you, Triple A. I thought you had already went to sleep. That's another one right there that I won't forget. I won't say his real name, but the homie Triple A, he's been strong, right? But I don't want to minimize nobody. That's why I'm not ever putting no names straight out there, because just in general, thank you, everyone, for everything. Hope everyone rests well. Good night. Thank you.